Welcome to Being Broke Isn't Cute. I'm Teresa, your financial empowerment coach. We're here to talk about pandemic planning, savings, and investing. So let's get started. For the sake of the video, we're going to be focusing on emergency savings, which is what I like to call your financial defense or your cushion in your financial planning. It's a way for us to avoid using credit or debt when unexpected expenses show up. It also provides a sense of security because you know you've got those funds in case something does happen. So we're going to cover the basics for us to get started, or depending on your situation, possibly restart it. Okay, how do you start? Well, first, if you're just starting or restarting, you're recovering, start small. Because what you want to do is develop the habit. You want to develop the habit because you want to be consistent of your savings. And that might mean you only put $5, $10, $20, $30, whatever it is, away per week or per pay period. But whatever you do, be protective of that because again, you're developing a habit, and that's what it's about. It's about the habit at first, not so much the money, because the amount's going to be small at first and then you move up. Two, you've got to define what an emergency is. And when you define it, I mean by write it down and stick to it. What emergency savings is not, it's not an extension of your checking account. And it's not fun money. This isn't the money you go on vacation with. This money is for major financial setbacks or events. And also, there should be no borrowing from the account for wants. Okay? Again, not your vacation savings. 3, I want you to make this a separate account. You can put it at a different bank, but you want to limit your access to it because, again, when you're first getting started and things may happen, you want to hit that emergency fund. But again, if it's not in the definition of emergency, that's a no. If you're married, you might want to require either 2 signatures to make a withdrawal or for both of you to be in agreement to make a withdrawal, because that makes a difference. Also, finally, you want this to be an interest-bearing savings account or a money market savings account, a money market account, because you want, again, you want the money to be accessible so that if you do need to withdraw in an emergency, there are no penalties, fees, or tax liabilities. Finally, when you have to withdraw and an actual emergency does come up, you need to make a repayment plan because you want to think about pulling money out of your emergency savings as kind of a loan to yourself. It could be an interest-free loan. It can be an interest-bearing loan, however you want to do it. But you need to create a repayment plan before you take the money out. And again, you need to document it. Let's move on to investing. And let me start by saying I am not an investment counselor. I am really just here to give you some tips to help you along your financial journey. And also, for the sake of this video, we're going to focus primarily on or solely on retirement. So how do you get started? Well, if available, you want to start with your employee-sponsored retirement plan, especially if they have some kind of matching feature where they match how much you contribute. Those are great because it's free money. And there are several kinds. There's a 401k, a 401(b), there's a 457, there's a thrift savings plan, and that's abbreviated as TSP. And if your employer doesn't have anything like that, you can start your own with a Roth IRA. And similar to the emergency fund, starting an emergency fund, you're going to start small. You're going to start with what you have available to start with. You don't have to come up with thousands and thousands of dollars. Start where you are, and then you can work your way up as you go. But what you will have to do, whether it's a company plan or your own plan, you need to research the investment options that are available to you. And then base your final decision on the actual accounts you choose based on your risk tolerance and your time horizon. Now, as far as risk tolerance, that's how well you navigate the ups and downs of the market. If you are the type of person who can't take a whole lot of ups and downs, then your accounts, your investments need to be more conservative. If you're someone who can take those ups and downs, then yours will lean more aggressive, or they can lean more aggressive. As far as your time horizon, that means how much time you have until you're actually going to need to draw on this money. Your time horizon for 20 is different than your time horizon for 60. The less amount of time you have, people tend to be more conservative because you don't want to lose the money. You want to invest it and have it increase, but you can't be taking a whole lot of risk that might wipe the account out. Next, you've got to diversify, which basically means that you spread your investments over multiple industries, companies, stocks, and bonds, and different investment vehicles. The mix of the accounts is so that you can kind of weather the highs and lows of the economy. As one stock may be having trouble, maybe another one is doing really well, so it offsets, so you get a nice average return, even if some of the other investments aren't doing quite as well. And finally, get some help. You don't have to do this all by yourself. Sometimes employers will have people to come in and help you, talk you through the different investment options and that kind of thing. But there's also help online and in person. You can get a financial planner, someone who specializes in retirement, to help you through this. And that's especially important if you're doing a Roth IRA and you're really kind of by yourself on this. Get someone to help you. And also research. That is so important. Research the company, research the person, research the investments that you're considering investing in. And also, I want to give you a term, is fiduciary. And a fiduciary financial planner is someone who invests for your benefit and not their own, meaning that if they have a high commission investment and that investment is okay for you, but there's another investment that is better for you but has a lower commission, they're going to give you the one that's best for you and not best for them. That's very important because that's not always the case, which is why you've got to research the company and the people who you are working with. Okay? Wow, believe it or not, we are at the last of this 4-part series, Pandemic Planning. We've gone over the importance of planning and the mindset you need. We've gone over debt management. We've gone over spending habits, and we just finished up savings and investing. Again, these were just brief overviews to give you some tips to get started and get you thinking about what you need to do during this time so that you come out on the other end stronger and ready to go. I really hope what I've given you has been helpful, and if you've missed any of the videos, please check the description box. There will be links there. In addition, you'll find a link to my website where you'll find the worksheets for each of the different 4 parts. You can also join my email list, and you can also find me on Facebook. As far as social media, please go and like my Facebook page. While we're talking about liking, please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also hit the notification bell so you know when the next videos are coming up. Again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying through the series. Appreciate it. Good luck.